If you or your loved one could avoid the headache of probate, would you? Let's talk about that. Have you ever thought about, how can I pass on my legacy and avoid probate without causing a headache for your heirs? If I told you there's several ways that you could do this, might this pique your interest? After all, probate could be a very time-consuming process. It can cause rifts in families. I've seen families fight over property after someone's gone and bring the probate process to a grinding halt. So if after you're gone, you want to save this headache for your loved one, then let's dive into these strategies that you could consider. Do some pre-planning now and get this in place so they don't have to worry about going through probate. First up, we have joint tenancy with rights of survivorship. This is mostly used when it comes to spouses, because in the state of Georgia, when you have joint tenancy, each person owns 50% of the property. And if you have rights of survivorship, then that allows the spouse that is still living to inherit the 50% that the deceased spouse owned. Where I see spouses get hung up with this is they have tenancy without rights of survivorship, and it causes them to have to go through probate. So that's one thing to make sure that your deed has rights of survivorship on it. It's relatively a new concept. If you've lived in your house since the, 60s, 70s, 80s, maybe even 90s, you might not have that rights of survivorship word on your deed, and it's such an easy fix to go to an attorney and not pay a whole lot of dollars to get that added on. Now, if you're a single person, I want to caution you on adding your child as a joint tenant with rights of survivorship. There could be major tax implications for that child after you die. I did a whole video on this, so go watch why you might not want to add your child to a deed. And if you do, that there's other ways of doing it that makes that tax burden less. So go check that out. The second way you can potentially avoid probate is with Georgia's new transfer upon death deed. This is really new to Georgia. As new as July of 2024, they passed a law to allow people to utilize a transfer upon death deed. This allows you to name a beneficiary. So you still hold title, you name that beneficiary, and that beneficiary can then inherit that property. Now, this is not a set it and forget it kind of deed. That beneficiary has 9 months to go to the courthouse and claim that deed so that they can put it in their name. If they wait 9 months and a day, that property is going through probate. So you can't sit on your laurels with this one. I did a video on that one too if you want to do a more deeper dive. The third way is to create a trust. I find this is a very often unutilized product that you can go and explore. It does cost a little bit more money to create, and most people think, well, trusts are for rich people. And if you want to avoid probate, then this is a good tool to consider. You can have a will that goes jointly with that trust. Now, the key to a trust is you must fund it. That means all of your personal property, your real estate, any cash assets that you have in the bank, such as mutual funds, IRAs, all of those have to be transferred into that trust for that trust to work for when you pass away. If you leave one thing out of that trust and it does not name a beneficiary, then you might have to go through the probate process. So there is a little bit of a path in creating the trust and then funding it. It's my advice to you, always seek out an attorney who works with trusts who can help guide you through this. Now, what I really love about trusts is they can be sued. However, it does not stop the trustee from going through the process of distributing all of the monies to the heirs. Whereas if you just rely upon a will that's going to go through probate, that can be sued and stop the entire probate process. Bring it to a grinding halt. Nobody wants that. So there you have it. 3 easy ways to avoid the probate process here in Georgia. The joint tenancy with rights of survivorship, the transfer upon death deed, and creating a trust. Now, if you want to explore how your deed is held in your name, reach out. I can easily look that up to let you know if you have that set up. And if you need help with changing it out, I can point you to the professional who could either do the transfer upon death deed or help you set up with a trust. And if you find yourself in the middle of probate because there wasn't any pre-planning, then reach out and let me know. I am a real estate agent who specializes in probate. And probate can be just a little bit more trickier than just going out and selling a house like most sellers do. Reach out to me. Let me know how I can help. All my information is below. Don't forget to subscribe. Click your bell notification so that when I drop more information on how to create a legacy to your family that you can pass on so that they don't have to go through the headache of probate, I've got more content coming for you. Otherwise, I will catch you all later. Bye. Are you digging the kind of content I'm producing? Then be sure to watch this next video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way, you'll be in the know when I release my next video.